Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with Mark from Suddenly Comics. And we are looking at the hottest Silver Age comics of the week. And hopefully, fingers crossed, praying to the comic gods, this will be a good week. Things will improve. The market will turn around. The clouds will have those silver linings and we can mine some silver. Something something will go right for once. We've been having a lot of bad weeks for last since we started this whole hottest list thing.
Yes, we
um
started this at the worst possible timing, really, didn't we? We started it just at the sort of COVID peak,
yeah.
and down has been the only direction to go in.
Like I remember like when we started this, it was kind of a cool thing to do. Oh, let's do a hot list. Everyone else is doing a hot list. And it was like hot, hot, hot. Everything was hot.
Yeah,
And it just looked like so great because like, week after week, oh, record sales, record sales, record sales. Now it's just like, please be better than 2015. Please be. It's like it's kind of a interesting time. So okay, let's get into it. Let's see what the first
right.
book is.
Okay. Let's share my screen. That's a nice one, Alan. It's your type of
Mhm.
book. I know you like these things.
Mhm. Yeah, I do try to like when I do my videos, I like to show like all the different segments of the market. Like, so some people like the kids books, some people like the good girls, some people like the romance, some people like the superheroes. I try to have, and this is a segment that, I think is a good one. So this is Adele Giant, and it's Walt Disney Christmas Parade.
It's a lovely cover.
Ah, it's a cute cover.
And it's a painted cover, and I do like painted covers. Uh,
Yeah. And this one has an elephant on it. So, I mean, that's very Christmassy. I always think of elephants when I think of Christmas.
of course.
So yeah, it's a great one.
Most of us would, the animal associated with Christmas would be a reindeer, but no, not Alan.
It's Christmas elephants for me. Um, does it actually have some notes there? What does it say?
Christmas Parade, painted cover, Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse stories, Scrooge appearance. So there's
Oh,
nothing,
very cool.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Who's the cover art by? Strobel and McGarry. Don't know 'em.
No, don't know. But they did a good job.
They did do a good job. It's really nice. It's in nice high grade as well.
Hmm.
It's a
I
nine.
imagine these would be hard to find in this high grade.
I
So
imagine it's very hard to find. I don't imagine many of these. It's from 1959, a very good vintage year, of course. All the best people come from 1959.
I heard 73 is a better year, but it's okay. Um,
Right, let's have a look. Have a look at this one. What do you reckon, Alan? Is $216 a good price for this?
seems a little low just because of the
It
grade.
is a record low.
Yeah.
So in 2008, and I'm not
Oh,
including inflation, somebody paid $310 for this.
yeah,
Uh,
I would have guessed more in that 300 range. So,
yeah, and after 17 years of investment, it's gone down $100.
yeah, what was that second point? Like where it dropped immediately.
That was November 2013. Well, when you say immediately, that was 5 years later.
Hmm.
And it's sort of
It's
it,
sort of been flat ever
it,
since, really.
it's static for the last 12 years, if that's any consolation.
It just shows that the kind of the Disney ones, maybe the market isn't, like there are certain things within the market that are hot, like Carl Barks covers are pretty popular,
Mhm.
but this doesn't have anything like that. It doesn't, I bet you if this book sold a month later, though, closer to Christmas, I bet
Yeah,
you'd get a
yeah,
little bit of a
yeah.
uptick.
Maybe this needs to be in a December sale.
Yeah, I mean, certain
It,
books I think
it,
just
it
do
was
better.
originally produced for the Christmas market. It was December the 10th, 1959. So,
Yeah.
um, Right, okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
only 47 on the census too,
yeah,
by the way.
definitely. I think that's pretty good value, you know. I think that's not bad at all. It's a nice 9.2 from 1959.
I know, yeah. Yeah.
Nine, yeah, 47 on the census. Hmm.
But I think it's one of those books that probably there's copies out there that you could find and
Yeah.
in like below a six, probably
Okay.
is very common. But this is a book you'd only get graded if it's above a certain grade, like
Yeah.
above a seven or something like that.
Yeah. If you look at the chart there showing the grades, yeah, there's very few below. There's very few below a seven. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like one of those ones where you know it's
It's not worth much.
there's a lot of them out there probably, but you know not many in high grade.
Right. Comic number two. It's a cracking cover.
I always like this one.
Yeah, it's and it's a combination effort between
Yep.
Steranko and Marie Severin.
Yeah, Marie Severin did the face.
Right. Yes, that's definitely a Marie Severin face, not a Jim Steranko face.
Hmm. And this one is kind of like Atlas Shrugged, like where, or Atlas, I should say, where he's got the trade dress on his back, and yeah, it's a very cool cover, very iconic cover actually.
Yeah, I mean it's signed Steranko. Uh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. A really great one. I do like that color, and I love all the purples, orange, reds. It's
Hmm. Well,
really
it's also fire.
yeah,
that's like
yeah, yeah.
a lot going on.
One of the great covers. Um, In a 7.0 sold for $312. That sounds cheap.
That sounds really cheap. I think I paid more for a lower grade restored.
Flipping heck. And that is a nice looking 7.0, Alan.
It is a very solid looking one. There's a little chip at the top
There's a
there. Yeah.
chip there. There's a bit of spine ticky stuff going on. Not much. That
Yeah. I mean,
that
it's
corners. I mean, I think though that's quite a harsh scratch seven. I mean,
I would have said maybe an eight.
yeah,
Like,
5 or 8 maybe. 7.5.
yeah.
I think they've been a bit harsh on that one.
Mm.
Uh,
It's very solid though. Yeah.
it's solid. Looks good. Um, So let's see. How was this done? Um, well,
Actually, not that bad. It looks like it's kind of coming back up a bit from
the
like
last
that.
the last two sales have sold for the identical amounts. So the last one before this also sold for $312.
And then what was before that?
The one before that was $399. So
Oof.
yeah,
Because it looks like it kind of hit the bottom, like, there's sort of like a real deep valley there. And
yeah,
then it looks like it kind of came back. Then it
bounced
hit
back.
another head.
Yeah, yeah, because this did sell for nearly $500 here earlier
Yeah,
this.
I would have thought this was a $500 book.
Yeah, so
Um,
I'm afraid this is a bit down. And a lowish price.
Yeah, but I think I think this one is past, that ultimate floor that it hit.
Yeah,
Like what was that lowest price way like that where it's like sort of that little valley there.
yeah. 194 in February 24.
Wow, can you imagine? That would be such a steal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that
That'd be a good price to pick up this book up. Like as I said, I feel like this is a $500 book. Right now it's FMV as 350.
yeah.
But I think it's one of those books where I think long term it will be a valuable book. But I mean, look at the census compared to that Disney one. It's like 3,000 or something crazy.
2889. Yeah. So yeah, much bigger than the Disney one.
But this is like a very classic cover. I mean, it's one that I think people would want in their collection. Okay, so I actually don't see this as that bad. It's kind of like, looks like it's kind of ticking
Yeah,
back up.
no, I think it's bobbling along around a similar price
Yeah.
point. Now this is good, Alan. I haven't seen
This
this.
is an interesting one. I actually picked this book up, like, just as a thing. I picked it up in a collection of Silver Age books. I was like, hey, they didn't mention, like, it was like, just in a lot, and it was like, it was like just random books, and I saw this one. I'm like, hey, it's a Hitler cover. That's kind of cool. Like, and no, they didn't make a big deal about it. But I collect Hitler covers. I think they're kind of interesting pieces of history. And this one is especially interesting because it's Hitler and aliens. I just thought it was the weirdest cover. And I was surprised when I saw it sell. So because I got it for like $5.
Well, I
It's
think you
kind
did
of
well there. I think it's an interesting. I mean, Hitler is being portrayed almost sympathetically here.
I'm not really sure what's going on. He looks kind of downtrodden a little bit. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and the aliens don't look very happy either.
Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Uh,
Beyond the darkness. I mean, it's just such a. And is that Hitler like looking around the tree and looking at himself, or what's the other guy?
uh, this is a Joe Simon cover,
Yeah, very interesting one. I thought. So I was just I thought it was interesting because I had never seen this one sell.
right? Okay,
Other than the copy that I have, right?
yeah.
Um,
Okay, well, you got yours for $5. I hope if it's an 8.0, you've done done that a good.
mine's a lower grade. I think mine's like a 3 or 4, maybe. Yeah.
So this 8.0 has gone for $312,
Hmm.
appealing to people because people do like you do like Hitler covers. Uh,
Yeah, it's one of those like, we like the ultimate villains, right? Like,
yeah,
to collect.
yeah,
So
yeah, he's a big villain. Let's have a look. I don't know really on this one. Oh,
me either.
down, Alan, from the previous sale. So the previous sale was February last year. So that's not a COVID sale.
That's a really random high sale though. I mean, I think that's way off the off
You think
the
this is the outlier? And
is that an eBay sale or something silly?
no, it was a heritage auction.
Weird. I mean, maybe it's because, as I said, I don't see this one come up very often. And you can have like a crazy, just people overpay, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because they haven't don't see it for years. Because in fact, that yeah, so it hadn't come up for 3 years. That's only the second copy that's come up in 21 years.
Yeah. So that, when you have it kind of that rare in between, that that does make it like where people
Oh,
will
and
be,
hang
okay.
on, Alan. This sale here and this
Uh-huh.
sale here. No, wait a minute. Oh no, wait a minute. The last two sets. So this sale that just occurred here is
Uh-huh.
the same comic that sold here. So some bright spark bought this for 527
And then flipped it for three. Oh,
and then
jeez.
sold it this year, a year later, a year and a half later, for $312. So they lost
Ooh,
out $250 on that comic.
wow, that is really bad. Um, yeah. I mean, this is one I would have like, I think if they had kept it for a little bit longer.
Why do people do that? I suppose it went into a, yeah, well, it went into a heritage auction, and they presumably thought it was going to sell for more.
Yeah, I think they were just being you know, too quick about flipping it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not like these are not like modern, like some comics, like these more obscure ones. You can't just flip it the next day. Like some comics, are kind of like commodities, and you can,
yeah. Fair
they're
enough.
trans.
It was 18 months later, but you know,
But still, like, you want to kind of let the value kind of sit in, and like that fear of missing out, like just like whoever bought it at that crazy price, they probably didn't think there was going to be another copy for whatever number of years.
yeah, yeah,
If you kind of ride that feeling, you can do quite well. I think they sold it too quickly.
yeah. I mean, there's only
I
three
mean,
in 8.0, so
and look, I mean, I think the 8.0, and then it's like it goes right to a 9 too.
then nine. There are two issues, and then 9.2.1. So effectively, this is
The
what
8.0 is the second highest grade.
third highest grade.
Is there an 8.5? No.
No, no, at five. I don't think so.
Yeah. So let's see all the
Oh,
thing.
no,
I don't
sorry,
think.
three eight fives.
Oh, okay, okay. Just that's a 9.0. Okay, I was like,
So it's still in the top 10 of the comics, you know. So
yeah,
it's
yeah, okay. But I mean, there's only like how many on the census? 57.
57, yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, that's a pretty low census. Obviously, it doesn't come up very often. Um, yeah, I think it's I actually thought that was a high price, even the one that just sold. But it looks like it's actually just right
I
back
think that's
on.
about right. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
I'd say it's about right. It's about back onto the trend
That
line.
was
I
a.
always thought it was a bit high, but
I don't understand why you'd sell that anyway.
yeah, I think as I said, they kind of overpaid and then sold too early.
Right. Okay. Next up, um, it's a Green Lantern.
Yeah, I kind of put this on the list because there is a little bit of spec. I mean, there has been an announcement that the Green Lantern show is coming out soon, but they've been
Yes,
saying
but
that
it's
for a
been
while
going
now.
on for about 2 years.
Yeah, I know. Um, this is the first appearance of Guy Gardner. He
Yeah.
was just in the movie,
Yes.
and people liked him.
Yeah, I think he has said he's using them again, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think it was he was well played. I mean, he was one of the standout characters in the movie. I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
The scenes with he came across as a jerk, but almost like a lovable jerk. I don't know if that makes sense, but
He's a jerk, isn't he, Hal Jordan?
yeah,
Not Hal Jordan. What's his name?
yeah, it's
Guy
how
Gardner. Yeah.
Guy Gardner, yes.
Right. Okay. So this sold for $600 in a 9.0.
Seems a little low, but with DC, you never know. DC is always undervalued.
Oh, in a 9. First appearance, Guy Gardner. It's a fairly major character.
Yeah, actually, high census. Look at that, like 2,000 on the
Yeah,
census.
2000 on the census. DC, that's quite a big number.
Hmm.
I'm afraid it's not very good news, Alan.
No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, it went crazy way back
Yeah.
when.
It went from three $400 to $1,800.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, $400. So it went up $900 uh,
Yeah.
over a period of, well, June to May, a period of 5 months.
And that was COVID peak, right?
Okay, that's Kerry Peak, yeah. All right.
So, and there was announcements at that time, so that's why it went crazy. And also, COVID was crazy. Um, but is it above 2015? That's the big question.
I think it might struggle. I don't think it is, Alan. Uh,
2015 was what?
oh, okay. It depends. So it's
Okay,
not.
let's take the worst. Let's take the worst situation. What's the top there?
So 2016, it was 650. So it's about the same, but actually in 2015, it did a rise between 2015. So actually in 2016, it was only 450. So this is not one for our time travelers to buy.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad. I don't want our time travels just to buy everything. Um, so yeah, so that's but I think this book has potential. Um, like as I said, I always feel like whenever I see those high points in the past, I feel like with comics they can return to those high points again. Just have to, re-energize the market again. Um, I think, there is that potential. I don't think comics are gone in a passe hobby or anything like that. It's just a matter of if there's some good stories being told, I think people will come back to the comics.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, not a bad sale. It's not a great sale, but
Not great, is it?
no. But yeah, probably closer to 750 is what you would want to see this book at.
Yeah.
but anything below that is probably a good time to pick it up.
Okay. And then we've got a nice early Justice League America.
Yeah.
League America 4. I don't think we've ever had this one on the show.
No, I just thought it was interesting. Anything special about it?
Green Arrow joins the Justice League.
Okay. And it's still only 10 cents. That's like right at the end of the 10-cent era. It's 1961.
Yeah. What do I think of this? It's a nice looking 8.5.
Hmm.
I do collect these early Justice League Americas, and I think I've got sort of seven out of the first 10, and I don't think this is one of the
Oh,
ones.
okay.
This is one of the ones I haven't got.
I mean, this is a high grade.
Yeah.
8.5, solid, 780.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where are we?
where
Just
are we? We might have to search it again. Yeah.
there it is.
That one. Yep.
It was a 8.5.
8.5. And there's only 425 of these on the census. That's a pretty low census.
Low census. Oh dear, Alan.
Wow, it's all over the place.
Well, it is all
And
over the place, but this is the lowest it's sold at for since the graph began.
wow. What was that first one?
632. Oh, so no, it's not quite as low as that.
When was that though?
That was in 2023, 2003, so 22 years ago.
Well, it's up. So you're saying it's up from its like beginning point at least.
Well, yes, yeah. If you don't, we're not
Or
worried about.
barely.
You're not worried about inflation. If you're worried about inflation, you're about $400 down.
Yeah. Well, um, yeah. Wow. This one hasn't performed that well. I think the Justice League books in general haven't really performed
No,
that well.
no, they don't.
Um,
For some reason, they don't attract to the interest that things like the X-Men get.
yeah. I mean, if you think about it, this is the closest thing. Like this would be either Fantastic Four or X-Men level, right? In terms of teams.
Yeah, or
Or
Avengers.
Avengers, maybe Avengers. Yeah, Avengers. Sorry, Avengers would be closest.
I think Avengers is more similar because it's
Yeah, it's a group of heroes that have their own individual titles, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but this is a rare book, early Justice League, and yet just doesn't perform. It's not a
And
I
low
don't know,
low census count.
really low census count. Yeah.
Oh well, and I can see this myself because this is one of the reasons. Well, I started picking these up 2 or 3 years ago because I'd go to auctions in the UK and they were going, Justice League 1 to 100, which you would have thought would have had reasonable amounts of value. You could pick up for, peanuts.
Well, I mean
Yeah.
that would be a kind of a cool like run to have, like 1 through 100. But
Yeah. I've got about 70 of them, 75, I
oh
think.
wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I just have a few of the keys, the like
Yeah.
first Origin, first
Yeah.
like Justice League One. I have also the first Mr. Light, all those kind of keys
Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
but
right.
yeah,
And some
eh,
great covers in there as well. Right.
yeah, there's some really
Okay.
fun ones.
I think that's your five.
That's my five. Hopefully, your five will be better than my five. We didn't like normally we get at least one record sale, even if it's a technical record, not an actual record.
Yeah.
Um, but we didn't even get that this week. This was a very weak week. And the funny thing is, I mentioned this before we recorded. I was struggling to find really good, interesting things to show this week. This is one of those lists. I went through the whole entire auction. I had about 6 books. And I was like, oh crap, I got to go back and find 4 more. It was just, there was just nothing really
Well,
exciting.
maybe
And
people end up not handing their books over to Heritage at the moment.
I don't know. There was not much exciting, and there was a lot of weak sales that I thought were just too weak. I didn't want to scare people, make people cry or anything. So I didn't like it could have been worse. Like this is me like
This has already been filtered by Alan. Because
a
Alan,
little bit, yeah.
yeah, Alan
So
is upbeat.
I tried people. I tried. The hobby hopefully it'll still exist tomorrow. Um, okay. Go over to Mark's channel and see if there's still hope for the comic book hobby. So go over there, check him out. Bye for now, guys.